hell? Let's get into it, man. Get into it. I was trying to do this topic earlier. Chat, that last 2 hours was just hell. I ain't even gonna lie to you, man. Shit was crazy. Okay, real quick, chat, real quick. Let's get into it. Yo, why did Mustard try to expose Boy Wonder like this? This is unbelievable. Now, this is what Mustard posted on his story like 2 days ago. He said, yo, Boy Wonder, say it ain't so, man. Then he posted basically, looked like Boy Wonder messaging somebody else, and Boy Wonder says, West Coast rap is ass. And then the person says hater or whatever. And then this is Mustard down here commenting on that screenshot. I guess somebody screenshot Boy Wonder and sent it to Mustard. And said, Boy Wonder, tell me this ain't real, Crody. Then, essentially, it looks like Boy Wonder says, I guess the guy says to Boy Wonder, the guy who's screenshotting him says, yo, bro, you got to hear this shit outside. And Boy Wonder says, ass. Nobody outside LA want to hear that shit. And Boy Wonder says, I thought you was a real one. I ain't know you felt this type of way. Then he posted this screenshot. And this is from Mustard. This is Mustard screenshot. And he says, realest shit I've ever seen. And okay, so let's move on from the January stuff. But May 3rd, right? Is it May 3rd or something 3rd? It looked like Boy Wonder responds to the Hot 100 list that looked like it had Not Like Us as number one, and he says good shit beat hard as fuck, and he says, bro, you so Mustard is saying, bro, you said you like Not Like Us, what you mean? And then he says, well, there's enough yellow tape to go around. Okay, now I'm gonna be honest with you, Mustard, I'm gonna be honest with you, and Boy Wonder. First of all, I understand why Mustard did this. Things a little weak, but I understand why he did this. I'm gonna tell you why. Mustard has clearly picked a side. All right, Drake will never work with Mustard again in history. Okay, and what's happened is that there's so much of picking sides that we've seen everybody on Kendrick's side damn near almost either be on some West Coast or whatever. They're picked a side. A lot of people who work with Drake, they're not really saying fuck Kendrick or fuck whatever. And here's also my problem with this whole thing. Yo, and let me be the first to speak on it, if someone hasn't already. Yo, Drake and Kendrick is not Drake versus the West Coast. I know the rest of y'all niggas want to be involved so damn bad. A lot of y'all niggas, and by the way, I agree with Boy Wonder. Okay? By the way, I did hit up Boy Wonder. I said, damn, why did the nigga put this out? He said, yo, bro, that's a private conversation, whatever. Fuck that. My nigga, y'all West Coast dudes got to get out of denial. Mustard, I'm shocked that you're jacking all of this shit. You make music that travel outside of California. 99% of West Coast music don't travel outside of California. Get mad all you want. Y'all be acting like, yo, when I go to California, I flick the radio on, I'm driving in an Uber, y'all are playing songs I've never heard in life. That's a fact. And the majority of people, if they're going to be honest about the West Coast, they'll say the same thing. When we watched the pop out, respectfully, until everybody that DJ Dickhead brought up, we were like, who is this? No disrespect to y'all, but the majority of y'all underground, coming up the ranks artists, their music don't go past California. That's not a diss. It's reality. Actually, it's a props to the West Coast because y'all could have an underground scene that nobody outside of California listens to. Like, literally. Nobody. Like, I don't know why. And again, I'm not talking about every artist. Just to be clear, I'm not talking about every artist. That's why I said 99%. Because there are definitely West Coast artists that, other than Kendrick, other than Schoolboy Q, other than, you know, and I wouldn't even say all the Ab-Soul's music because he doesn't really drop hits like that. But people do know Ab-Soul. Obviously not Roddy Ricch. We're not YG. And not all those guys' songs. Well, all of Roddy Ricch's song, I'm going to be honest with you, all of Roddy Ricch's song kind of leave California. YG's music now, I don't know if it leaves Cali. I'm gonna be honest with you. And watch, I'm pretty sure somebody on YG's team is gonna be like, yo, Blood, why you say that? I'm just speaking the truth, my nigga. Please don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me. I'm just telling y'all the truth. Y'all look like y'all about to try to West Coast jump Boy Wonder. About 7 or 8 years ago, YG's music, anytime he dropped a song, even Bick and Back being like all of those songs were national. These days when YG dropped the majority of music, not all, because some of the, when the label get really behind a song and they start, oh, okay, we know that song. But the majority of YG's music stays in California now. Roddy Ricch music, and I think it's because of melody, his music always seems to go further. Most of what DJ Mustard's produces goes further than Cali. Kendrick obviously is an international artist. Who else? I'm gonna be honest with you. Lefty Gunplay, I think he's a great artist. Lefty, so don't catch feelings. I know West Coast niggas are the most sensitive niggas. You tell them that niggas outside California don't listen to them. What you mean, Blood? What you mean, Blood? Yo, Cole, what you mean? We don't listen to you. That's a fact. We don't. And it's not about everybody. You see, everybody is trying to ride this Kendrick wave, especially on the West Coast, but they're acting like they're Kendrick. Everybody and their mama listens to at least a Kendrick song. Kendrick has dropped this music that everybody and their mama has listened to. Not the rest of y'all. And I'm not talking about everybody. Like, some people, they might have had a song. Some people have name value. O3 Greedo. You should be, if you're a hip-hop fan, you should know O3 Greedo. Do you know every song he puts out? Probably not. That's just reality. It's not a diss against him. If anything, and this is why, salute to my boy Drex the Joint. When I interviewed him, West Coast artists need to have a gut check time with themselves. We get it. The beautiful thing about the West Coast, y'all music could be self-sustainable, only staying in the West Coast. But if y'all want to become what Kendrick is, or y'all want to expand, y'all need to work the markets outside of the West Coast. That's how you get bigger. Because a lot of, let me tell you this. And I don't know if everybody, these days people, there's so much dick riding, and everybody's going to act like every West Coast artist is Kendrick. The majority of people, I was one of these people too. I remember going to LA and I was like, it was like a culture shock when I realized this was back when, what's the name of that group? Oh, they broke up. OGZ used to be in it. What was his name? OGZ group. Shoreline Mafia, right? When I realized Shoreline Mafia was huge on the West, and I was like, I've never heard a song of theirs in Miami, in New York, in New Jersey, in anywhere southern I've been to. But they were fucking huge. That told me a lot. It tells me that the West Coast has so many people that you could be lit in the West, and people outside of the West could be culturally ignorant to your wave. Now, this is where I do think the West Coast also suffers, because any type of criticism, you get DJ Dickhead and the rest of them, West up, shut up, just listen to what people are saying. Y'all have a culture of artists that takes advantage of 1/7 of the country. California is not a half of the country. It's great when you have Cali, but y'all should try to get that music to move. That's what Atlanta does. No matter what dingy ass studio niggas make music in Atlanta, people play it in New York, they play it in Cali, they play it in Miami, they play it in Chicago. Why? Because their artists do the work. Now, granted, there's a lot of groundwork laid, but niggas like Future, that's why he's the GOAT, was one of the people, remember when New Yorkers hate on Atlanta? They went to other markets with their songs. I don't see no West Coast artists coming to New York to market their music, honestly. And again, I guarantee there's going to be some West Coast person going to take this and be like, look, Blood, look, this East Coast nigga hating on us, bruh. Blood, if he come over here, we gotta do whatever you want. I'm just telling you the facts. So when I see Mustard do this, I think y'all are doing the West Coast a disservice. The fact is this: Mustard, you're an international producer. Nobody looks at you as a West Coast producer, okay? Outside of the West Coast. Kendrick, you're an international artist. Anything you put out is not only going to stay in the West Coast. It's for everybody else because people are acting like Kendrick. You know, everybody like, yeah, Kendrick united the West. He put the West on. Great. I'm glad he put on 7 people on his album. Will it translate when most people look at West Coast sound and music as, oh, it's just regional to the West Coast? I think there's some work to be done. And if anybody who's smart, and there is going to be a smart artist who wants to be super popular, Kendrick don't got to do it. Kendrick is already popular. They're going to realize y'all got to work these other markets. Y'all could be the number one underground or number one artist in Cali, but shit, I want to be number one artist in the country. And that person's going to be dope. Okay? And I think that's what Boy Wonder was kind of getting at. You know what I mean? So don't bully him out of his opinion. Now, him saying West Coast rap is ass, I don't think he necessarily believes that. I think he's speaking to the regionality of it. It's regional. Me personally, I don't think West Coast rappers ass. Bruh. Adam 22 hit me when I said my comments about Drexler joining that in that interview. They said, "Bro, are you trying to sign him?" Like they thought there was some money incentive into it. No, I was watching a No Jumper video and somehow I had autoplay on and I clicked on something and it was almost on some West Coast vibe. You know when your algorithm get there, and it played Drexler joint song, and I couldn't find it. And then I went somehow I found it like later because I was obsessed with it. And then I said, I like this fucking song. I want to talk to this guy. Him and his team was dope as fuck. They said, yo, all right, we want to come out here to talk to you. Let's do it. Again, I think that has to happen. But, I ain't going to lie to you, man. The reason why I think a lot of people, the reason why I think the West Coast, other than the big artists, are stagnant is because y'all don't, like, if DJ Dickhead is like the perfect example. Everything, no matter what you say, they just talk to you like they're a conglomerate. West Coast. Shut the fuck up. We're talking about one artist. Relax. Nigga, it's like, imagine I'm telling somebody from New York, like, yo, bro, you know you could do this, and all of a sudden he's like, New York City, nigga. Like, shut up. So this is why the reason why we're not seeing as many artists that have a traditional West Coast sound influence in the rest of the culture. Like when people are talking about the great West Coast artists, there are a bunch of people from the West Coast affecting the culture, but their sound doesn't immediately identify with being from a West Coast. Like, I'm going to be honest with you, Tyler, the Creator, I know he hung out in the West Coast, but I didn't put him as a West Coast artist. I thought his sound and his style was kind of culturally or locationally ambiguous. But he is from the West. But he's not like traditionally, like, by the sound, a West Coast artist. So this is what happens with the culture. West Coast niggas come across as so, like, non-malleable that you're just like, all right, y'all niggas got it. Cool. All right, we can't tell you shit. You got it. West up. You got it. We'll just focus on Atlanta and bump Atlanta music all day. We'll bump Houston music. We'll bump Miami and Memphis music. But we'll just act like y'all West. Think about it. Niggas in New York play Memphis music all day. Glorilla, Moneybag Yo, Dolph, rest in peace. Key Glock, all day. They play music come from Atlanta all day. They play music come from Texas. Texas has been on a heating spree recently. All day. Southern Florida music all day. When it comes to West Coast music, a lot of people look at it like nails on a chalkboard. And it's a lot of it because of that dynamic. It's like, okay, all right, that's like a whole different country. Just let them be. All right, let them niggas be, bro. All right, you can't tell them anything anyway. Let them niggas be. Like, niggas look at West Coast music like it's UK music. Like, all right, y'all got it, bro. Okay, you got it. Cool. And I think it's vice versa. I think those artists look at it like that too. There's no sense that it needs to ingratiate with the rest of the world. So people just be like, all right, stay there. Anyway, Boy Wonder, I'll say this to you. I think Mustard outed you or put this up because he's clearly Team Kendrick. And we know, and by the way, when I talked to Boy Wonder, you know what he said? Dog, we're producers. Like, he produced Not Like Us, that made #1. I produced Family Matters. We were both on the same charts. I'm not a hater. I congratulated him. I don't hate Mustard. So that's why I said, you know, like he basically complimented him on the beat right here when he says, good shit, beat hard as fuck. He's taking out the fact that Drake is his man's. Like Drake and Boy Wonder are like this. But this is where the battle is at, where you kind of have to pick a side. And, you know, I said that to Boy Wonder too. I said, bro, yeah, that nigga outed you for even giving a compliment about both y'all making the charts because he's clearly Team Kendrick. He's in the music video with Kendrick, Not Like Us. They got a new song, Mustard. Yeah, yes. They want you to pick a side too. Because let's be honest, a lot of people who fuck with Drake, they're just kind of like quiet right now. Right? Like, love Yachty, and I'm not blaming Yachty, but like, do you hear how these niggas, like, whether it's Schoolboy Q or anybody else on the West Coast side, how they talk about Kendrick? There's no ambiguity on who they fuck with, and it's almost like a disdain for who they don't fuck with. Yeah. Everybody else who fuck with Drake, they're kind of like, all right, we're just going to chill out right now. We're not trying to say we don't fuck with those guys over there. And also one of the reasons they don't do it, again, they're trying to make the situation like it's a Kendrick versus, no, it's a Drake versus the West Coast thing. So that's really one of the reasons, okay? Okay. All right, man. Okay. Chat, I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm exhausted after earlier, bro. First of all, I do have a few other topics. I'm not gonna get to it tonight because it's 2:00 already. We got Young Boy update on this guy, Drake's op list, which I'm just gonna come back tomorrow, fresh off. Or maybe I should just do Drake op list now. Yeah, I'll do Drake op list now. Come on. All right. Anyway, during an interview with 50 Cent and Big Boy, 50 pulled up like a paper and he said, you see this list, and let me see if I could get the actual clip. He pulled up a list and it was supposed to be Drake's op list. Let me see. 50 Cent. This was the clip in context. Here we go.
How can that happen with Busta, Fat Joe? Is the Ja Rule, is it deeper?
No, it's the same thing that you see Drake experience. So how did he just have...
So let me explain it in context. He's saying that when he had beef with multiple people, he's equating it to Drake, saying Drake has beef with multiple people, and he's going to give the reason in here.
This is the op page.
Right.
He was just winning consistently more than everybody else in the culture.
Now, he gives Drake a very high compliment. He says the reason why Drake has a page full of haters is because he's winning more than everybody in the culture.
And then these people start to turn into people that feel like they're ops.
And he says because of that winning, people start to dislike you.
Over the page, big. Because they keep watching them win. And then you go,
How can...
Okay. Now let's look at this list. Now, Let me just say this first and foremost. This isn't Drake's list. Like, we had fun with it on social media today, but this isn't Drake's list. Drake doesn't have a list of people he doesn't like. Drake isn't walking around with a list of people he doesn't like. This was one of the pages that Big Boy had because he preps for interview and has a staff. So they had things printed out. 50 had a copy of what they came up with as a op list, and this Drake op list thing was out before. So for everybody who has felt really special that you think Drake has a paper tucked in his pocket with your name on it, you're not on his op list, okay? Sorry to tell you. I could probably go through these and tell you who probably definitely are. Absol, I could fairly assume he don't fuck with you. Adidas, no, he just doesn't fuck with Kanye. He would definitely do a deal with Adidas. Anthony Fantano, no, he doesn't fuck with that guy, okay? A$AP Rocky, he doesn't fuck with that guy, okay? Bobby Althoff, unbeknownst to y'all, him and Bobby Althoff, their little flare-up, they're cool. He doesn't have a problem with her anymore. Busta Rhymes, I don't even know what that's about. I can't comment on that. Charlemagne the God. I don't know if you would call Charlemagne the God a op. I think he probably just would dismiss him, right? Obviously, they've had a past where Charlemagne used to say certain things about him, but I don't think necessarily he really hates Charlemagne. Remember during the Meek battle, he sent him bottles. Cheezer. Him and Cheezer be playing around. That's Aiden's homeboy, okay, that has trolled Drake on Aiden's stream. It's not that serious. Complex Music. I don't think he's paying attention to Complex Music, okay? Dave Free. I guess by close proximity, okay, cool. Daylight. With all due respect, I don't think Drake has seen, and this is gonna burst a lot of people's bubble. I don't think Drake has seen a single thing Daylight has said. Now, Daylight is basically Team Kendrick, but I don't think Drake, and this is gonna hurt so many people's feelings because they think they're so important. What is this? DeMar DeRozan, obviously. Donald Glover, where the fuck did this come from? Probably some old shit. Ebony Prince, that's the weirdo that was like saying that he's gonna drop like that had clothes. Of course Drake knows about the incident. Does he know about this fucking gay ass nigga who's that's the person? Fuck no. Okay? Like, motherfucker, like, you're just known as a fucking homeless bum that probably worked at a hotel and he's been to a hotel every night of his life. Ebro, yeah, I don't think he fuck with Ebro. Elliot Wilson, he definitely don't fuck with Elliot Wilson. Okay? Future, I won't even comment on that because, I'll just skip past that. Hitta J3, I will bet 10,000. You don't know who this guy is. Like, who is, he does, like, this, and that's the thing about people's ego. Watch, they're going to clip this and you'll be like, what? How Drake don't know? No, Drake doesn't know you, okay? Top 5 beefs with you. Top 5 is not going back to tell Drake that, yo, I'm beefing with a guy named Hitta J3. No, that's, yeah. Jack Dorsey, yes, you're on the op list. Okay, let's keep it going. Sean C., a YouTuber. I don't think Drake knows who that guy is. I'm going to be honest with you. SZA, I don't think SZA's an op to Drake. TDE, okay, I mean, if you're going to bring the whole conglomerate. Terrence Henderson, Punch. Well, if you say TDE, just put him in there. The Company Man. I don't think Drake knows who he is either. Alchemist. Probably don't fuck with Alchemist. Yeah. The BET Awards. He don't fuck with none of these award shows. So take all these. Wait, the NBA? He fucks with the NBA. What are you talking about? And actually, I don't think he's anti-MTV, VMAs anyway. NFL. And by the way, for everybody who I'm commenting on, this is based on, a lot of this is based on my personal conversations with him. Please don't get y'all feelings like, oh, you mean Drake don't know me? Drake no. Because this is the thing about y'all niggas, y'all get real emotional when y'all hear shit like this, right? The Weeknd, yes. Even though That's an interesting situation. Tommy the Clown. How's that an op? Tyler the Creator. I actually don't think that. Like, you got to realize op means I don't like. Fuck that guy. Versus, I'm going to just chill. I'm going to keep my distance. It's two different things. Victor Baez. Sound. It's a vibe. It's a guy on Twitter. I'm going to be honest, I don't think Drake knows you, brother. Whitney Alford. I mean, I guess by extension, if you're trying to say Drake don't like Kendrick, I don't think Drake gives a fuck about. I don't think he specifically doesn't like Kendrick's wife. I think he just doesn't like Kendrick. Okay? YG. Yeah, I don't think he fucks with YG no more. Joe Budden definitely doesn't fuck with. JPEG Mafia. Who is that? All right, I don't know who that is. Kanye. I don't know if I would call him an op because they have like this weird love-hate relationship. Kendrick, definitely an op. Kid Cudi, op. Who's this? Kurt Alexander? I don't think Drake know who that person is neither because I don't know who this person is. LeBron James, op. Yachty. How's Yachty an op? Yo, what the fuck? Yo, I got Yachty over here. Stop it, man. Those guys are brothers, man, Meg the Stallion. Okay, op. Metro Boomin. Big op. Myron Gaines. I don't think he really knows Myron. You know what I mean? But would he not like Myron based on what Myron probably has said about him? I think, Myron don't like some of the, the things that could be construed as femininity or feminine stuff. Of course not, right? Omarion. I don't know about that one, man. Maybe there's some history there. I don't know. O'Shea Jackson Jr. I do think he knows O'Shea, and I think he's probably like, fuck that guy. I'm going to be honest. Now, is that an op? Because I don't think like he's like, yo, if I see that guy, I'm going to slap him or whatever. But not that y'all probably think Drake would slap anybody. But Peter Rosenberg, op. Pharrell, op by association. Playboy Cardi, I'm not saying op, but I think he's like, I'm going to keep distance. I'm going to keep my distance. Puff Daddy, not a op, but based on allegations, keeping distance. Pusha T, big op. Rihanna, not a op. Rihanna is just like, yo, listen, I'm getting into it with your man, and shit, yeah, we've kind of been slick with each other, but you know how Drake get down with women. So, if Rihanna had dumped ASAP today, that nigga would be flying out the fucking jumbo jet to Barbados tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of those. Rick Ross, unfortunately, op. Unfortunately. I want him to get back cool. Rockefeller, op. Y'all could have put Rock Nation on it. Super op. Roddy Ricch, I think Roddy might get the op label. Yeah. Ruri, dead op. Russell Westbrook, op. Ryan Nice, bro, this is a fucking dweeb on Twitter. He doesn't know this guy, bro. That's like the leader of the Kendrick fan club, if you don't know. Schoolboy Q, op. Screwface Gene. I think this is a guy who's like cloud chasing off of me. Of course Drake don't know this guy. Serena Williams. I don't know. Fall back on that. So that's the op list. Still is, people. I mean, well, I guess it got most of them, right? But Drake didn't create this. Like, that's the funny thing. That's the funny thing watching the internet go, yo, this is how, as much as people want to say Drake is finished, a list that he didn't create, that he doesn't feel like that about everybody on the list, is super viral, and everybody cares about what Drake feels. That's relevance in itself. So, I don't know. But this is a research team of the fucking radio station that probably had this printed out. 50 pulled it up in making an argument about some shit. And He didn't say this is Drake's list. These are the people y'all got written down as Drake's ops. Exactly. Anyway. Now, granted, it kind of shows that, Drake at this point is at odds with a lot of people or don't fuck with a lot of people. And at that point, it is what it is. Cool. All right. Chat, we're going to call it. It's 2 o'clock. We'll call it. And I'll be back tomorrow. We'll do, first of all, I want to do these 2 stories. Then Thug. Then NBA Youngboy. Okay, so I already got 4 stories. We'll do that tomorrow. Okay? We'll do that tomorrow. Chat, I'm sorry for this shit wasn't going left today, man. This shit was going this way, then it went left. Okay? I'm actually surprised. We still got cumulatively right now, we still got 18,000 people in here at 2 a.m. I'm sorry I had to cut Twitch. Yeah, Twitch is still cut. Yeah, just to let y'all know, based on some of the craziness that happened, we're going to have to maybe heavily edit it. So the rebroadcast is not going to be up here. Some of this shit got to be heavily edited just because of some of the language. So if tomorrow morning you're like, I missed half of the stream, we're not probably putting some of that up. And also, the last thing I want y'all to do, just do me this favor before I get off, or even after I get off. Here we go. Chat, we're at 898 subscribers. Okay? I don't like making challenges to y'all because I know y'all are so in tune and powerful. But please, before I get back on stream, could we get to 900K? It's 2,000 people. And we have 18,000. Just subscribe to the King Akademiks channel. We're trying to get to 900K. So I'm going to stream tomorrow. But damn it, could you please just hit the subscription button? It would be really nice that tomorrow we're talking about us being at 900K. Is that possible? That's my only request for tonight. Okay? That's my only request. Okay? All right, people. I love y'all. Thank y'all. I'm sorry I went a little left today. I did allow top 5 to come in. I knew that was going to be great fuckery. Went too left there. We're going to see if we could edit this up to be on the page, because we got to get them curse words out of there, them hard N words. I know dude says he's black by saying that, his dad is Haitian. Not going to challenge that, but some of the language didn't seem like it was in colloquial. I'm talking to you on a friendship term. It felt like it was trying to be as a slur, so we don't rock with that. All right, chat, I do love y'all. Appreciate y'all. I will see y'all tomorrow. Same place, same time, or a little bit earlier. I'll talk to y'all soon, all right? Love y'all. I'm out.
So, the Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef, you feel me, has recently been reunited again. Are we surprised? No. Drake has a tour for Australia planned, and his first day is the first day, you mean me? The day of the Super Bowl, I mean. And, not gonna lie, Drake shouldn't have done that. Drake should have just chilled out. The suing, the corny, you feel me? I love Drake as an artist, but I'm not gonna lie, the more and more and more stories you hear about Drake, I'm not gonna lie, Drake is, you feel me? You feel me? He's a very slimy man, bro. Like the story about him paying for the girl's feel me, getting her body done. Well, not getting her body done, paying for all her lawyer fees and all that stuff. Drake is just, I don't know, bro. Drake is just Drake, man. Hey, sometimes, you feel me? I agree with Ak. I like a rapper that raps what they live, and, feel me? Hey, man. Hey. on face front, what Drake says looks cool, but the problem with Drake is when you go and dig deeper into what he says, like what Big Act does, man, gets a little tricky, man. Like Dylan Brooks is pipe, you feel me? He's piping a girl out. He's putting her on, you feel me? Probably Spirit Airlines, feel me? All the way in the back of the plane. Drake's probably first class private jets, bro, just to do the same thing, and then you're clowning him. Like, I'm not gonna lie, bro, I mess with Drake heavy, but that's corny, bro. Like, that's not a flex, bro, that you spent all that money to pipe out a girl that the same dude's piping out for 100 times less. And she called him broke. But I guarantee you she'd still go right back to him and do the same thing if you stop messing with her. It's crazy, man. But it's your boy Big Act News. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how you guys feel about the whole thing. How do you guys feel about Drake?